Oh brother, here comes yet another K-pop award show. You guys know what that means. Another K-pop award show, another red carpet, and another K-pop idol red carpet fashion review. This time, it's the Melon Music Awards, which is probably one of the bigger and more recognized award shows of the entire season. So let's see if the K-pop idols really brought the same energy to the red carpet with their outfits. How this works is that I'm going to show you, walk you through, and review each of the outfits the K-pop idols wore onto the red carpet of the Melon Music Awards. This is only for the red carpet outfits, not the performance outfits, none of that. The K-pop idols whose outfits I'll be reviewing in this video are RIIZE, IVE, ateez, BOYNEXTDOOR, GIDLE, Ateez, aespa, and S. This list sounds very familiar, doesn't it? Isn't it so funny how there's like 800,000 K-pop award shows and 8 million K-pop idol groups, yet it always seems to be like the same cast of characters? Anyways, let's get into the outfits. Make sure to tune in for the entire video and let me know in the comments whose outfits you thought were the best. Starting with Ateez. Ateez is a group that I feel like either has like super amazing, incredible outfits or the total opposite. It's never anything really in between. It's either really amazing or terrible. Thankfully, in this case for the Melon red carpet, I feel like it's more so on the better side. Across the board, what I appreciated about their outfits is that they all wore a cohesive color palette that wasn't just like black and white. So they all wore this kind of more dark navy color, which you could really pick up on the different textures and fabrics that they wore. So if you look at Yuno, you can really see this dark navy color palette coming through, first on the tie, and especially on his pants. Because his pants are more so that satiny material, the camera and the flash picks up on the color much better. Also in Yosang, he wore that kind of crushed velvet, croc embossed kind of set that you could really see that kind of midnight dark navy kind of color really come through. I appreciated what they were trying to do and the vibe that they were trying to go for with the different silhouettes and cuts of the outfits. But there were some outfits that I liked a lot more than others. So I like Yuno's outfit a lot. I think they did a good job with the layering and the use of different textures on his outfit. I like Yosang's outfit. I like the crushed velvet. Normally I'm not a fan of crushed velvet, but it's really working in this color and this kind of print and texture for him. I like Wooyoung's outfit as well, particularly the bottom half of his outfit, like the wax skinny jeans plus the boot combo. This is very like 2013 to 2016 Saint Laurent vibes. Like I fit him really well. Yeah, Ateez did a good job. I thought their outfits were interesting, not too boring, but not too like crazy and like over the top and inappropriate. And I actually really like the hairstyling of the three on the left side. They're honestly looking amazing. Love to see aespa as a full group on the red carpet, you guys. I love it. Gigi is so famous with the pink hair, you guys. Like, I love her pink hair. It's honestly everything. But yeah, like aespa, like I feel like they looked very similar to what they wore on the Mama Awards. Actually, I feel like Ningning and Karina both wore like mini dresses, and then Winter wore a like long kind of gownish. They did the exact same thing at the Mama Awards. And it's funny because I feel like at the last Mama Awards video, I talked about how had Giselle been on the red carpet with like a long gown like that, it would have matched better or it would have looked better. And here she is with a long gown and they kind of look more balanced out like that. 2 mini dresses and then 2 long gowns. But yeah, again, I just feel like there was really no cohesion in these dresses. But each of the individual dresses, they looked pretty good on thing. I will say that Winter, stunning, you guys. Like, she's looking stunning on this red carpet with this kind of like dazzling, sparkly, long floor-length gown. She looks so tall, you guys. Like, she looks amazing. Like, this really did really good job for her proportions. I just feel like the actual material and the way the dress photograph looks amazing. And then we honestly love Winter with the bob, you guys. Like the blonde bob, she looks great. Karina, I will say her dress looks a little bit short for her, in my opinion. And then the top, I don't know. It wasn't like Karina's dress wasn't really my favorite, honestly. I feel like they could have done something a little bit more wow, but you know. And then we have Gigi. Ugh, you guys, Giselle's pink hair, I can't get over it. It looks so great on her. Like, it's the most famous thing a K-pop idol can do is have pink hair. But yeah, she wore a long gown. This seems like something Loewe would do with this kind of like asymmetric like tie dangling thing there. But yeah, like this looks like maybe like a Loewe dress. They could have steamed the bottom a little bit out more, but that's okay. And then she wore this kind of rhinestone sandals, but I feel like her pink hair just steals the show from me. I just love to see on the red carpet. She's looking really glam. And then we have Ningning. I feel like Ningning wore this kind of like baby doll dress. It looks great on her. Like this had a more voluminous on the hem, and then it had a little bit of lace on the waistline. And then like that little spaghetti strap on her neck. This actually was looking very cute on her. And then she wore like the little Versace heels on it. But yeah, like overall, I feel like they all looked good in their own ways, but as a full group, was it the most like cohesive look? Again, no, but I feel like at this point, like I just can't expect girl groups to have like these very cohesive looks. Most of the time, they'll just wear whatever dresses and that's that, you know? But yeah, like aespa's aespa. They honestly swept the Melon Awards. Did you guys see them last night? They did like a whole money spread of their awards that they won. I was loving it. RIIZE, you guys. It feels like they've been at every single award show this entire season. Why do I feel like they've been at literally every one of them, performing at all of them? And it's starting to show, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. It's starting to show that they don't have a lot of things left to wear on the red carpet. You know what I mean? But yeah, for this particular thing, similar to Ateez, I feel like there were looks that I really, really liked, and other looks were really my favorite. So going through them one by one a little bit quickly, we have Sungchan. Sungchan wore a basic black suit, but it fit him so perfectly, and his visuals is crazy, so it's working on him, honestly. It's working on him. Shotaro, I liked what Shotaro was wearing. I liked the idea of what he was wearing more than the actual execution of it. The pants fit really well. I like that I pulled a little bit at the hem, but the jacket, I feel like, the jacket was slightly out of place. I just feel like it was a bit much. And then you can see at the hem of the jacket, or like the bottom of the jacket, that they just used like maybe fabric tape to like crop it a little bit, and it just doesn't look clean in my opinion. Very like half-hearted, but Shotaro is very cute as always. Unsok wasn't loving his jacket. If I'm being honest with you guys, like that kind of piping at the edge wasn't my personal favorite. I think it just it just looks a little bit cheap in my opinion. I feel like, yeah, like it was not my favorite. Wanbin looks great. That kind of like furry cropped Chanel-y, Celine type of jacket. And then the kind of like slightly flared trousers in all white. Very ethereal, very prince-ish. I like that a lot. And then the gloves. You know, you guys know I love a driving glove moment. So why did they do this to Sohee, you guys? Why? He wore, okay, I don't know why these stylists think it's like okay to do these kind of baseball jersey-ish jackets. Not my favorite at all. But yeah, like it looks like very casual. It wasn't my favorite. I get that it's Gucci, but I don't know. I just didn't seem like very red carpetish to me. Like a cardigan on the red carpet, like sure. And then I guess they like safety pinned the bottom to make it slightly shorter. And then the shoes were also Gucci as well. You can see that the shoes on Sohee are like 2 sizes too big for him, but you know, it's just a red carpet moment. I'll let that slide. I'm sure they just gave like a sample or whatever and he's just wearing that. But yeah, like, you guys, not my favorite look. And then we have Anton. Anton has this kind of more like another double-breasted blazer, this kind of black and white effect, very like 101 Dalmatians for some reason. That's the vibe I get from it. But yeah, like it looks pretty okay on him. The length is slightly like off. I feel not like a huge deal, but yeah, like I feel like he looks pretty good. So it's basically like good, bad, good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. You know, like that was very much what they were giving across the board. Yeah, but you know, like RIIZE has done better for sure. I like these looks still. I think their overall styling is pretty good in general, but I feel like this is not my favorite of RIIZE's looks out of all the red carpets so far, which is saying a lot because you guys know I'm like biased when it comes to RIIZE, but yeah. IVE is an interesting group to see on the red carpet because you really just never know what you're gonna get when it comes to IVE. And I feel like this is one of the main reasons why they're always so anticipated. Sometimes one member will have the spotlight, another time another member will have the spotlight. So you just never know what you're gonna get from them. This time for the Melon Music Awards, they all wore black, which is a total switch up from what they wore to the Mama Awards, which was all white. This time I felt like they had more kind of like a princess vibe overall to them, especially with Iso's like princess tiara, like a little tiara is very great on her. But yeah, like I feel like some of them had more of like a princessy type look. And then Wonyoung always looking like a princess as always, but then we have Yujin in a pantsuit, so I don't really know what was going on there. But overall, yeah, like I feel like they were kind of going for more of these like princessy type looks, especially with the updos. I really liked Iso's outfit, bubble dress thing, and her hair color is so beautiful, you guys. And then the tiara, we love a rich princess, honestly. And then Ray, as always. Ray's, I'm telling you guys, like I said before, Ray's an upcoming it girl, you guys. You guys better tune into Ray. I loved her little bangs, her little like hair braid thing across her hair, and like that kind of ruffles, and the asymmetric cut of her dress. Yeah, I was really liking Ray's look. I'm a little bit biased towards Ray. And then Wonyoung is interesting. I feel like somebody wore this dress for the Mama Awards, you know? Like I just feel like it looks so familiar, or like something similar to it. I just can't remember who. I feel like maybe like did Minnie wear this maybe? Maybe it's like a Miu Miu dress and like Wonyoung is now wearing it, I don't know. But anyways, it looks very familiar. Then we have Yujin in the pantsuit, which honestly like fit her great, but I just feel like that was slightly out of place, but I'm not hating it really. But yeah, like I just feel like is IVE ever gonna be one of those groups that has like super cohesive looks? Probably not, you know what I mean? I just don't feel like I'm ever gonna get that from them, but I feel like I'm always interested to see what they're gonna wear. I feel like they all have different kind of vibes. Yeah, like I feel like this time, it's what I would have expected IVE to wear, honestly. Like that was IVE. I mean, it was okay. IDLE has been doing the absolute most. Did you guys watch the Melon Awards? Like they announced that they were all staying or they all re-signed with Cube. Like they're honestly doing the uttermost. That and then like their outfits, but let's focus on outfits this time, you guys. So this time was, again, I feel like 5 different girls, 5 different events, 5 different looks. It was giving very much that. But actually a lot of the looks are very, very cute. I actually liked a lot of them. I really, really like Yuki's look. This kind of long, flowy gown. It was kind of draped. Just looked really great on her, honestly. Plus the hair down and the kind of like the little bangs and the jewelry was really pretty on her. And then had the kind of star brooch embroidery thing detail. This is really looking very like, very ethereal kind of vibe. You know, I really like that look. And then Of course, we have Soyeon. The thing with Soyeon, she loves like a clubby dress. Like she loves like a clubby type of dress, and the Louboutins, and then the nails. Like she's gonna go out to the club after this. And then we have Minnie's like wearing like a little feathery, like little mini tutu dress, which is actually really, really pretty on her. They all wore white shoes, but yeah, like they all wore white. And then we have Shuha, who wore this kind of, is this Burberry? I don't know what this is, like this kind of horse thing that's driven across. But yeah, she wore that with like the black contrast stitching that was a little bit out of place, but still pretty on her. Like I feel like the fit her very well across like the torso. But yeah, like again, what can we really say about IDLE? At this point, I feel like they just do whatever they want, honestly, and I'm kind of here for this. BOYNEXTDOOR is another group that really switched up this time for the Melon red carpet. This time they all wore kind of these more uniform type of looks, which I'm assuming all of this, what they're wearing is custom because it's all the same fabric, it's all the same color, same material, you know, things like that. But yeah, like I'm assuming this must be custom. They all wore this kind of dark navy, which I liked actually. Like I like that they didn't go for the obvious all black. They wore these kind of all dark navy, kind of maybe like satin or almost maybe like taffeta. It kind of gives that sheen. You see how it has kind of like that reflectiveness to the outfits. They all wore slightly different silhouettes. Like for example, Jaehyun wore the double-breasted. Ryu wore more like the cropped tuxedo look, but in general, they all wore this kind of very similar because it's all the same fabric. It feels like it looks very, very similar to each other. The only really thing differing them is kind of the undershirts. Yeah, and then like Jaehyun wore like kind of a black undershirt. I don't know why he did that. It looks a little bit out of place. And then we have Woonak. He actually wore like a really cute undershirt with like a neck bow tie, like or like a little long dangling neck thing. He looked really great, but overall I thought they looked great. I think because the suits were custom, or I'm assuming what they were custom, they all fit them really well. Nothing looked like a travesty. Nothing looked really out of place. I didn't mind this look at all. Like I feel like they did a good job. They did a good job in terms of like fabric selection and cuts and having like different kind of individual fits to suit each member. I appreciate that they gave Ryu more of like a crop jacket. I think if they gave him more of like a long one, it would have made him look a little bit shorter. There's not much to say about this. It's like wearing suits to the red carpet, right? But at least they tried to spice it up a little bit, you know? They spiced it up with the color, the fabric, the silhouettes. They spiced it up a little bit. To Us, you guys know I have a weak spot for To Us. I feel like I'm always eating it up, whatever they're doing on the red carpet. But this time, you guys, I feel like this is kind of a miss for me. I'm not gonna lie. I will say that for this look for the red carpet, I think they were being a little bit more experimental with their looks. I feel like when we think of To Us, I'm always like, I'm always thinking of like them wearing like this more like slim fitted Celine type of looks that always look great on them. But this time, like I said, they were being a little bit more experimental. They all wore these kind of oversized suits and like oversized pieces and numbers and like lots of layering going on. Wasn't my favorite. Again, no, I think this did not land the way maybe they had intended to land, but you know, like it's fun to see them experiment with different kind of looks. So let's just quickly go through the looks. Yeah, so they wore these kind of oversized like proportion suits overall, and they kind of had like these kind of funkier details. If you look at Shinyu, he had this kind of like wavy lapel thing that is like, I mean, that was that. But they all wore these kind of like looser pleated trousers that had like these really interesting pleats. I feel like the trousers, I didn't mind them. I like the trousers. I think they could have did better with the top half, but yeah. So do you guys see how they're all wearing these kind of like oversized blazers that are a little bit long? I feel like the effect of these like big long blazers and like the wider like pooled pants, it's kind of like dropping their waistline or like dropped, yeah, like the waist, like a dropped waist kind of moment, and it's making them look a little bit like the proportion is kind of off a little bit. And then we have Jihoon who wore shorts, which I feel like kind of threw it off a little bit too much. But yeah, and then like Kyungmin, like I feel because they layered that in, like that long undershirt underneath, it was just like a little bit messy and like all over the place. In my opinion, I feel like this is not the type of look that I personally like to see on To Us, but you know, like they're a new group. They just want to experiment, right? They can't always wear Celine. They're gonna run out of Celine looks to wear eventually, right? But yeah, like it was just a little bit, I don't know, like I just feel like this was not my cup of tea personally, but let me know what you guys thought of these looks in the comments. I feel like I'm really curious to know what you guys thought of these looks in particular, because I feel like out of all the groups that attended the awards, I feel like this is probably the biggest departure of the aesthetic we've come to know the group for, or like we've come to see the group in a lot. To Us, keep experimenting, but don't be too crazy like this. Finally, we have Triple S who gagged everybody on the red carpet. That was the most, you guys. Like that was actually the uttermost. What can I really say about this? You know what I mean? But I really appreciate it that they actually did try. It definitely does feel like they tried. Just the fact that they managed to find different dresses for them to wear, like, let's just give the credit where it's due already, you guys. But yeah, Triple S wore, they essentially all wore mini dresses. Let me look. Yeah, they all literally wore mini dresses. They all wore different renditions of it, different detailing, different fabrics, basically all different dresses, which you can make the decision if that was great or not great. I actually think it would have been a gag had they all worn the exact same dress. Like all of them wear the exact same dress. Like that could have been a moment in and of itself. But yeah, like it's fun to see Triple S at these award shows on the red carpet. Did any of them stand out to me? Let me look. Let me see, you guys. So I honestly really don't know all of the names, but let me see whose look I really liked. Let's see. Let's choose one, you guys. While I'm looking, you guys choose one. Let me know in the comments. I liked her look. Triple S, you know what? Let's give them the credit where it's due, you guys. Like I said, we gotta give them like a 7.5 out of 10, you know? Okay, those are the K-pop idols that attended the red carpet at the Melon Music Awards. What do you guys think of the outfits? Let me choose a favorite one, you guys. Which group had my favorite looks overall across the board? So we have Triple S, we have RIIZE, we have IVE, we have To Us, definitely not To Us. We have BOYNEXTDOOR, strong contention there. Then we have IDLE, probably not IDLE. And then we have Ateez, another strong contender for my favorite outfits. And then we have aespa. You know what? I really want to say aespa, but I feel like that would be a little bit contradictory to what I've been saying. But I really want a cohesive look, blah, blah. But yeah, I just feel like because Winter looks so stunning that I just feel like I want to give it to them, but I'm going to refrain. They'll have my number 2 spot. I really think the best dressed at the Melon Music Awards, to me, is between Ateez and BOYNEXTDOOR. I feel like BOYNEXTDOOR, you know what? I'm going to give it to Ateez, you guys. I feel like Ateez, there across the board, I think for Ateez, for me, is that I appreciated what they were trying to do. I think that's like a big thing, a big part of it. I like that they were trying to kind of do something, you know what I mean? Do something that wasn't too boring, but still met a lot of their personalities, show a little bit of uniqueness, but not too unique, too crazy that it just looks disjointed. I think they were able, or they were on the right track, and they were almost there. They were almost there. Could have been perfect, but yeah, like there were outfits that I liked a lot more, and yeah, so I'm gonna give the best dressed, in my opinion, at the Melon Music Awards 2024 is Ateez. Woo! Let me know in the comments who you thought was the best dressed, who you thought was the worst dressed, or pick one K-pop idol out of everyone that attended that you thought was the best dressed, and let me know who it was in the comments. And make sure, you guys, make sure you're subscribing to FashionULT if you want to see more videos like this from me, Kevin, on the world of fashion and K-pop.